Hey everybody, welcome to On the Point podcast. We will be breaking down the how each sport works on this podcast and give some examples. Today we will be talking about American football, since American football season is just around the corner. Preseason games, Hall of Fame game, which was past Thursday. I tell you, this this is actually going to be good. But do make sure you like this video, have subbed to the channel if you're new, turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. One sec. Alright. Later we'll have people coming in. American football. It's referred in the United States and Canada. It's referred to just football in the States and Canada. Compared to England, where they call it American soccer. It is a team sport played by two teams of 11 players on a rectangular field with goalposts at each end. Offensive is the team with possession of the oval-shaped football. Let's see. Attempts to advance down the field by running with or passing the ball, while the defense is the team without possession of the ball aims to stop the offense's advance and to take control of the ball for themselves. The offense must advance at least 10 yards in four downs or plays. If they do not do that, then they will be turnover on downs. The offense must advance if the offense succeeds in advancing 10 yards or more, they are given a new set of 4 downs to continue the drive. Points are primarily scored by advancing the ball into the opposing team's end zone for a touchdown, or kicking the ball through the opponent's goalpost for a field goal. The team with the most points at the end of a game wins, and it takes place 15 minutes over 4 quarters. American football evolved in the United States originating from the sports of soccer and rugby football. The first match of American football was played on November 6, 1869 between college teams Rutgers and Princeton under the rules based of soccer at all the time. Now, see, latter half of 1870s, colleges playing soccer switched to rugby union code, which allowed carrying the ball and all that. See, here it all gets into football. So that's like squad. Podcast, man. Am I not? Okay, fine. And whoever cuts in will just cut over so we can all that. So yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm moving my microphone over to my area. Now we're gonna skip over to the football. The term was officially established in the rule book for the 1876 college football season. When the first when the sport first shifted from soccer style rules to rugby style rules. It could have easily been called rugby at this point. The terms gridiron or American football are favored in English-speaking countries where the codes of football are popular, where they call it soccer. American football evolved from sport. Okay, I'm skipping that. That was already said. Professional era. That's it. First one was paid $500 to play a game for the Allegheny Athletic Association in a match against the Pittsburgh Athletic Club. Paid to participate in a participate in a game of American football. That will bring us to 1919 with the start of the NFL league. The National Football League. August 20th, a meeting was held by representatives of the Akron Pros, Canton Bulldogs, Cleveland Indians, and Dayton Triangles. Yes, there was a Cleveland Indians in football. At the Jordan and Hoopmobile Auto Showroom in Canton, Ohio. This meeting resulted in the formation of the American Professional Football Conference, or APFC, a group who, according to the Canton Evening Repository, intended to raise the standard of professional football in every way, to eliminate bidding for players between the rival clubs, and to secure the cooperation in the formation of schedules. September 17, 1920, another meeting was held from 4 states: Akron, Canton, Cleveland, and Dayton from Ohio, the Hammond Pros and Muncie Flyers from Indiana, the Rochester Jeffersons from New York, the Rock Island Independents, Decatur Sallies, and Racing Chicago Cardinals from Illinois. The league was renamed to the American Professional Football Association. The league elected Jim Thorpe as its first president and consisted of 14 teams. The Boston All-Americans, Chicago Tigers, Columbus Panhandles, and Detroit Heralds joined the league during the year. The Massillon Tigers from Massillon, Ohio, was also at the September 17th meeting, but did not field a team in 1920. Only 2 of these teams, Decatur Stadies, now the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Cardinals, now known as the Arizona Cardinals, remain. Although the league did not maintain official standings for its inaugural season and played schedules that included non-league opponents, the APFA awarded Akron Pros the championship by virtue of their 8-0-3, 8 wins, 0 losses, and 3 ties record. That's somebody joined. Let's see. Although the league did not maintain, following this, the first event occurred on September 26, 1920, when the Rock Island Independents defeated the non-league St. Paul Ideals 48-0 at Douglas Park. October 20th, the first full week of league occurred following the seasons resulted in the Sallies controversially winning the title over the Buffalo All-Americans. June 4th, the APFA changed its name to the National Football League. Now that would bring us 14 teams and all that. At the time, teams were ranked on a single table. And the team with the highest winning percentage, not including ties, were not counted towards the standings. At the end of the season, it was declared the champion. Only the tiebreaker that was in the event of a tie. The two teams played twice in the season. The result of the second game determined the title. Source of this 1921 controversy. This method had been used since the league's creation in 1920, but no situation had been encountered where the two teams were tied for first. The league determined that a playoff game between Chicago and Portsmouth was needed to decide the league's champion. The teams were originally scheduled to play the first playoff game, officially a regular season game that would count towards the regular season standings at Wrigley in Chicago. A combination of heavy snow and extreme cold forced the game to be moved indoors to Chicago Stadium, which did not have a regulation-sized football field. Now, skipping all that, a new professional league, the Fourth American Football League, the AFL, began playing in 1960. The upstart established the NFL in popularity, gaining lucrative television contracts, engaging in a bidding war with the NFL for free agents and draft picks. The two leagues forced a merger. The two leagues announced a merger on June 8, 1966. To take full effect in 1970. In the meantime, the two teams would hold a common draft and championship game. The game, the Super Bowl, was held 4 times before the merger, with the NFL winning Super Bowl I and II, and AFL winning Super Bowl III and IV. After the league merged, it was reorganized into 2 conferences: the National Football Conference, the NFC, and the AFC, American Football Conference, consisting of all of the AFL teams as well as 3 pre-merger NFL teams. NFL properties and charities. Today they play 16 teams. There are 32 teams, even though they are planning on going to 40 teams for sometime in the future. It's funny because of that part, which I'll get to later. Okay, season and playoff development. From 1920, to 1934. The NFL did not have a set number of games, playing instead a minimum. The league mandated a 12-game regular season for each team beginning in 1932, later shortening to 11 games in 1937 and 10 games in 1943, mainly due to World War II. After the war ended, the number of games returned to 11 games in 1946 and 12 in 1947. The NFL went to a 14-game schedule in 1961, which it retained until switching to the current 16-game in 1978. Proposed to increase the regular season games to 18 games have been made, but have been rejected in labor negotiations with the National Football League Players Association, or the NFLPA. God damn it. Get away, Clydebot. Is there anybody in the chat? Let's see. Oh, McSquad. Welcome to the stream, McSquad. Talk about NFL today. I was going to talk about the Formula 1, but Wolf's not here, so. But right now we're giving brief history of football and all that, starting with, we'll be going back and forth on a few topics. The expanded league in 1970, the NFL split into two conferences with 3 divisions each. Expanded league expanded 8 teams and expanded 18 playoff. The participants included the 3 division champions from each conference, as well as 1 wild card team, the team with the best win percentage from each conference. In 1978, the league added a second wild card team from each conference, bringing the total number of playoff teams to 10. When the league when the NFL expanded it to 32 teams in 2002, the realigned, changing the division structure from 3 teams in each conference to 3 divisions to 4 in each conference. As each division champion gets a playoff bid, the number of wildcard teams from each conference dropped from 3 to 2. They would skip corporate structure, financials would skip. How about we talk about teams next? It's just gonna be fun. Because the instead of 32 teams, divided into two conferences of 16 teams in each with 4 divisions. So do the math there, guys. Only the regular season each. Now, we have see. Start with each team can also have a 10-player practice squad separate from its main roster. The NFL team is granted a franchise, the league's authorization for the team to operate in its home city. This franchise covers home territory, the 75 miles surrounding the city limits, or if the team is within 100 miles of another league city, after distance and home marketing area. There are several exceptions to this rule, mostly relating to teams with close proximity to each other, like San Francisco and Oakland. 49ers and Raiders only have exclusive rights in their cities and shall rights outside of it, and that operate in the same city, New York and LA, or the same state, California, Florida, and Texas. Have exclusive rights, or same state, California, Florida, and Texas share the rights to the city's home territory and the state's home marketing area, respectively. Okay, so here's how it's broken down. You have the East, the North, the South, and the West. You have the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and New York Jets. Jets, Jets. I don't know anymore. You have Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland Browns, and the Steelers in the next one. South Texas, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. In Southwest, you have the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders. And that makes up the AFC. Now we turn off focuses. Actually, let's talk about the head coaches. The first season for each team. Damn, that is good thunder. First season you have Bills played in Orchard Park, New York. Newell's Field. Capacity is usually at 71,608. Now I'm looking at some of these stadiums, guys, and these can. To be honest, most of these fields you can actually use them for other facilities, like say I don't know, like wrestling events like WrestleMania 36 or 37. But that's up to me, what I'm thinking. Now, first one we go to is New Era. The head coach first season was the AFL before the merger was 1960. Then 1970 for the NFL under head coach. This is under Sean McDermott. Miami Dolphins. Damn it. Pay attention to if you get anything from my channel. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about the other ones that come through. Miami Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium, 64,762 is the 67 is the capacity. 1966 for the AFL, 1970 for the NFL. Brian Flores. I have a question later about one of the teams, so stay tuned for that. And if the New England Patriots play Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium. 1960 for the AFL, 1970 for the NFL, and the greatest coach, one of the greatest coaches of this generation, with fucking Brady, who people say it's gonna be too much with them. To be honest, guys, shut up about. Don't worry if you want to root for the fucking other team. I mean, in the end, you have to. It's all about chemistry between these two teams. Bill Belichick. Jets. East Rutherford, New Jersey. 82,500 capacity. In 1960 for the AFL, 1970 for the NFL under Gase. The Baltimore Ravens in Maryland, M&T Stadium. 1996, and the head coach is John Harbaugh. Harbaugh was his. Well, I'm not going to get into that part yet. But there have been some great rivalries in sports in history. I'll get to some of those later. But that'll be in a bit, guys. Let's see, Cincinnati, Ohio, Paul Brown Stadium. 1968 in the AFL, 1970 for the NFL. Zach Taylor, coach. Cleveland Browns, Cleveland, Ohio, First Energy Stadium. 1946 for the AAFC. And 1970 for the NFL. Freddie Kitchens. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Heinz State Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 1933 for and under Mike Tomlin today. South. Houston Texans and the Houston Texans. By the way, Houston has had another team. The Houston Titan. No wait, the Houston Oilers, excuse me. NRG Stadium, 2002. Bill O'Brien is the coach today. Indianapolis Colts, Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Stadium, Combine. 1953 was the first season. Frank Reich. Jacksonville, Florida, we go down to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. 1995, which a few teams have joined in that year. We'll get to in a bit. Doug Marrone is the coach. Doug Marrone. Tennessee Titans, formerly the Houston Oilers. Nashville, Tennessee, Nissan Stadium. 1960 was first one in the 1960 in the AFL, 1970 in the NFL. Mike Vrabel. Denver, Colorado, we go down to. Broncos Stadium at Mile High. 76,125. 1960 for the AFL, 1970 for the NFL. Vic Fangio. Kansas City Chiefs, Arrowhead, 1960, 1970. Andy Reid. Chargers, LA Chargers, who have had other names as well. Like, they were in other cities like San Diego, California. We have that team. We have Carson, California. Dignity Health Sports Park. 27,000. That sucks. They could be playing at the Rose Bowl Stadium. We get Anthony Lynn, Raiders, Oakland, California. Oakland, Alameda County Coliseum. 56,057 is the capacity. 1960 for the AFL and then 1970 for the NFL. John Gruden is the coach. I'll be right back. One sec, guys. It shouldn't take long. Raiders under John Gruden. Alright. We have Dallas. Now we're into the National Football Conference. We start with Cowboys of Arlington, Texas. Dallas Cowboys, Arlington, Texas. AT&T Stadium, 1960. Jason Garrett. New York Giants, East Rutherford, New Jersey. MetLife Stadium. who also we talked about earlier. See, 1925 under Pat Shurmur. And this is on the have special coaches Pat Shurmur. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Lincoln Financial Field in Pittsburgh, in Philadelphia. Then Washington Redskins in Andover, Maryland. Wait, Philadelphia's under Doug Peterson right now. Washington Redskins, Landover, Maryland, FedEx Field. FedEx Field, Landover. God damn. 1932, Jay Gruden. Chicago Bears. Stratus. Damn. Chicago, Illinois, Soldier Field, 61,500. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching wrestling right now because actually I'm into that too, but I don't want to miss anything. Soldier Field, 1920. Matt Nagy, head coach. Detroit Lions, Ford Field, 1930. Matt Patricia. Sounds like a girl, to be honest. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lambeau Field. 81,441. 1921 is when it was established. Matt LaFleur, coach. Minnesota Vikings, Minneapolis, Minnesota. By the way, is he in the chat? Let me check. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I guess not. But yeah, shout out to Vikings fan, Minnesota Vikings fan, because this is his team. U.S. Bank Stadium, 66,860. 1961, Mike Zimmer is the coach right now. Now we go to the South, starting with the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you, I've been through Atlanta multiple times. It has been crazy. They used to play at another place, but now they play in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 71,000. 1966, Dan Quinn is the head coach. Carolina Panthers, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium. 75,523. Established in 1995. Ron Rivera is the current head coach. I tell you, we've been to the Super Bowl 2 times. 2 whole times for the Carolina Panthers. And we haven't won a single one. One was because of Brady and the other one was because of Peyton Manning. I'm not mad. I'm okay with them winning, to be honest. But it's against my team. That's when we're gonna have a problem. New Orleans Saints, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, 73,208. Uh, 1967. Who dat? I think it's who dat. I can't remember right now. Sean Payton, head coach. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida. And they play at Raymond James Stadium. 1976, Bruce Arians is coach. Arizona Cardinals. In St. Louis at a time. They were in and then they were in Glendale now, State Farm Stadium. Cliff Kingsbury is the coach, but they started playing in 1920. Now we go to the West Coast, to LA Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. LA Rams in LA, California. The Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. They came in the league in the second AFL in 1936, but in 1937 with the NFL, Sean McKay is the head coach. San Francisco 49ers, Santa Clara, California, Levi Stadium. They were formed in 1946 in the AAFC, 1946, 1950 in the NFL, and the current coach is Kyle Shanahan. Seattle Seahawks, Seattle, Washington. CenturyLink Field, 69,000. 1976 is when they came in the league. Pete Carroll is the head coach currently. Now, I got some questions about those teams. My first question. Which two teams share the same stadium? I'm asking everybody in the chat. Let's see who comes up with the first answer on this one. Which two teams share the same stadium in the same state? We share the same stadium. Which two teams? And which stadium was that? Was it? If there's anybody in here. It's only one? Really? 6, 7. You need more. Come on, guys. Like this video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's see. What? Fuck this, I'm doing this. Now we wait. So, I turn down a little bit right now, but I can listen to it. That way we can talk. There we go. Which two teams share the same stadium? Please type in the chat your answer. Which two teams and which of the two teams, I'm looking for two teams, guys, that share the same stadium. Which two teams? Are we looking for? Two teams. I guess nobody's gonna come in and ask. I guess nobody's gonna come in and ask and play. I forgot that one team. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we start this question trivia coming up in a bit. If somebody comes in. We got about a few more minutes. I mean, we start with there was a preseason for football with the Hall of Fame game as well, which is played in Canton, Ohio. Fawcett Stadium. Those regular season was just 16 games. Application of what they're projecting, and nobody cares about that shit. Then we have the wild card, the what it looks like up to the the last round. We have trophies and awards. We're gonna get into this part because each one was actually named after a few things like past like past players that have won it. The National Football League has used three different trophies to honor its champion over its existence. The first one is the Brunswick Bowl Colander Cup. Was donated to the NFL in APFA in 1920 by Brunswick Bowl Colander Corporation. The trophy, the appearance of which is only known by its description by a silver loving cup, which was intended to be a traveling trophy and not to become permanent until a team had won at least 3 titles. The league awarded it to the Akron Pros, champions of the inaugural 1920 season. However, it was discontinued and its current whereabouts are unknown. The second trophy, the Ed Thorpe Memorial Trophy, was issued by the NFL from 1934 from 1934 to 1969. The namesake Ed Thorpe was a referee in the league and a friend to many early league owners. Upon his death in 1934, the league created the trophy to honor him. In addition, the main trophy will be in the possession of the current league champion. The league issued a small replica trophy to each champion. He would maintain permanent control over it. The current location of the long thought to be lost is believed to be possessed by the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame. It's long thought to be lost. Current trophy Vince Lombardi, which the Super Bowl trophy was officially renamed in 1970 after Vince Lombardi, who was head coach, led the Green Bay Packers to victories in the first two Super Bowls. Unlike the previous trophies, a new Vince Lombardi trophy is issued to each year's champion. Who maintains permanent control of its Lombardi trophies are made by Tiffany & Co. out of sterling silver and are worth anywhere from US $25,000 to US to $300,000 US dollars. Additionally, each player on the winning team, as well as coaches and personnel, are awarded rings, Super Bowl rings, to commemorate their victory. The winning team chooses the company that makes the rings. Each ring design varies with the NFL mandating certain ring specifications. Which must be no more than half as valuable as the winner's rings. But those are almost never worn. See, conference champions receive trophies for their achievements. George Halas, champions of the NFC, received the George Halas Trophy, named after Bills founder George Halas. He was also considered as one of the co-founders of the NFL. AFC champions receive the Lamar Hunt Trophy, named after Lamar Hunt, the founder of the Kansas City Chiefs and principal founder of the American Football League. Then there's different awards which I'm not going to get into. Media coverage, CBS, ESPN, Fox, and NBC. NFL, as a one-time experiment, distributed the October 25th, 2015 International Series game from Wembley Stadium in London between the Buffalo Bills and Jacksonville Jaguars. The game was live streamed on the internet exclusively via Yahoo, except for the over-air broadcast on the local CBS TV affiliates in the Buffalo and Jacksonville market. Began public service announcements to bring attention to domestic abuse and sexual assault in response to what was seen as poor handling of incidents of violence of violence by players. Draft time! Each April, including the 2014 when it took place in May, the NFL holds a draft of college players. Draft consists of 7 rounds, 32 teams in each pick. For example, any team that has reached the divisional rounds will be given a higher pick than any team that reached the conference championship. Underclassmen that have met criteria to be eligible for the draft must write an application to the NFL by January 15th, announcing the remaining college eligibility. Clubs can trade away picks for future draft picks, but cannot trade the rights to players they have selected in previous drafts. 32 picks each club gets. Aside from the 32 picks each club gets, compensatory draft picks are given to teams that have lost more compensatory free agents than they have gained. These are spread out from rounds 3 to 7, and a total of 32 are given. Clubs are required to make those selections within a certain period of time. The clubs behind them can begin to select the players in order, but they do not lose the pick outright. This happened in 2003 when the Vikings failed to make their selection on time. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Carolina Panthers were able to make their picks before the Vikings were able to use theirs. I should have done some questions as well, more questions. Like other major sports in the leagues in the US, NFL maintains protocol of a disaster draft. In the event of a near disaster, less than 15 players killed or disabled that caused the club to lose a quarterback, they could draft from a team with at least 3 quarterbacks in the event of a disaster. 15 more players killed or disabled that result in a club season being cancelled. A restocking draft will be held. Neither of these protocols has ever had to be implemented. Free agents. Divided into restricted free agents, we have 3 accrued seasons and whose current contract has expired, and unrestricted free agents who have 4 or more accrued seasons. 6. Accrued season is defined as 6 or more regular season games on a club's active, inactive, reserved, injured, or reserved physically unable to perform list. UPL list. A PUPL list. A purple list. A purple list. That's pretty much it, but now I got more questions, guys. My first question is, even though there's nobody here, I don't think. Which damn it. Anyway. That's it. I want to check something real quick. Damn it. I don't think we'll play this game for this one. There's not a lot of people unable to play right now. However, we'll save these questions for next time, because we are out of time for tonight. Until next time, guys, stay safe, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. Hopefully we can get more subscribers and get to 200 subscribers soon. Until next time, guys, I will see you guys later on. Peace out, everybody.